ও ও আমার আওয়াজ আসছিল না ভাই, এতক্ষণ ধরে আমরা কথা বলছিলাম কোনো স্ট্রিমে আওয়াজ যাচ্ছিল
You
না।
keep saying
The
that.
stream was
You're gonna
mute
get
the
yourself
entire
killed.
time.
I can't live with
Hi
that.
guys,
Oh,
we are
I'm not
playing our
gonna
way
let
out
that happen.
live.
I promise.
Wow भाई
we
You
were
have
on
to trust
mute
me,
the
Carol.
entire time. Why did not your friends on chat say this earlier?
no, they said it now there are people finally joining in. We have 4 watchers, so we are playing our
Hi
way
to
out. We have played this
watchers.
game halfway through, and we are at the verge of ending this game. This is the second Hazelight game we are playing. The first was it Takes Two. Unfortunately we did not stream it back then. এটাই তো হয়ে গেল, আর কিছু তো হয়নি।
Did not start streaming back then.
আর তো কিছু হয়নি না, এটাই তো বলা ছিল। আর কিছু পরের কিছু হয়েছে? ও পুলিশ এসছে, আমাদের খুঁজবে বলে দিয়েছে।
So we are two prisoners
Vincent, we need to get
who
the
have
hell out. There he is.
escaped.
The cops are here.
No shooting. We're in the hospital.
Okay, let's go.
আবার বলবে কথা বলে
I don't care. I think এবারে গেমটা ডিফিকাল্ট হবে।
কিচ্ছু আছে, এতক্ষণ ধরে তো পুলিশে দাঁড়াবে, কি ডিফিকাল্ট হচ্ছে। Wow ভাই, there was no audio for so long. What were we streaming? What's the point of the stream?
Just go.
গেমেরও সাউন্ড আসছে না।
Go.
আমি ভুলেই গেছিলাম এটা একটু audio।
Bro, we are in such a good time.
Easy আছে, যা 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 যা, পুলিশ ধরছে, যা।
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my food, which is on the way. I'm sorry. Let's do it again.
দৌড়া দৌড়া দৌড়া,
Shit.
পালা পালা পালা।
There he is. He's running for it. Get him.
Hey,
I don't have to do this. So what now? How about that?
What the fuck? Why me?
Oh no,
Oh, this is you. Bye. This is amazing, man.
Stop.
We have to only run. I love running. I hate jumping. Nice.
There he is.
Assault on police. Jokes on me. I'm a student of
Oh
criminology.
shit. Give up. Hey, move it. Get out of the way. Watch it.
Eh.
Ha.
Freeze.
Please. Oh, yeah.
Surrender. Stop right there.
আমার ফ্যামিলি দেখা করার সময় তো ঝামেলা হয়নি।
Shit. Hey,
X.
anybody in here? Better show yourself. Hurry. You got anything? No, it's all clear.
Murray is so stupid.
আরে ভাই, লুকিয়ে লুকিয়ে কাজ করা চাপ।
ভাই সাবধানে দেখে ফেললো।
Come on, open, goddammit. You're under arrest. Open.
ও ইটস অল গেমেরই পার্ট, আমায় কিছু করতে হবে না। ধরা পড়লে গেমের ইচ্ছা, ধরা না পড়লেও গেমের ইচ্ছা। সিনেমাই দেখি
লজিক্যাল হোস না, ঠিক আছে? আই ডোন্ট কেয়ার ফর ইওর লজিক।
পুরো দাবাং, আরে দাবাং দেখ।
I need to get up to that vent.
Open the door. আমিও বোধহয় একটা কোনো উপায় পেয়ে গেছি।
আই থিঙ্ক আমাদের মিলন ভেন্টের ভেতরে হবে। মিলন হবে কত
ও ভাই, আবার এখন 2 dimensional গেম।
He's over there. Are you shitting me?
অনেক
All right. Come on. Let's go.
এই মাঝখানে কিন্তু পজ করতে হবে, আমার খাবার কাছে এসে গেছে।
আমি দেখা করবো।
He's
তোর
over
একটা
there.
গেম না এটা।
Don't let him get away.
তাহলে আমি তখন গেট টু
I'll beat every single one of you.
Don't be a bitch.
টম ক্রুজ ভাই, টম ক্রুজের ভাই এ। Nice, pass.
এটা কি এটা?
মারবো এখানে, লাস্ট পড়বে আসি।
Like this game is too easy. আমি তোকে বলছি।
হ্যাঁ, এটা
It
actually
takes you
easy
so
আছে।
much more difficult. মানে প্রত্যেকটা thing তোকে করতে হতো। এখানে half of the things they are doing it for you. The only reason we are smooth at this game is because this is so easy.
আমার মনে হচ্ছে প্রপোগান্ডা
I need to find a way out of here.
পালানোর চেষ্টা করছি। ওই তো, ও ভাই কেউ গেল। ও ভাই,
I
দাঁড়া
don't
দাঁড়া
know.
দাঁড়া।
I don't think he's that stupid.
You never know with these fugitives.
I'm not so sure.
Hey, you think it came through the ventilation?
Yeah. Looks like
এই,
it.
গো 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 গো, ওরা পিছনে দেখাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ,
Yeah. He must have been fast.
যেতে দাও যেতে দাও যেতে দাও।
Well, he's not
Yeah,
hiding
yeah,
in
yeah.
here.
সিঁড়ি আছে নিচে না, সিঁড়ি আছে তো।
Think he might be hurt?
Crazy.
Wow, too easy, bro. Too easy.
Stop! You're under arrest!
You're coming with me.
Yeah.
Put your
I-
gun down
Mari,
now!
Shut up! Just back away.
don't shoot the
Don't
police,
hurt him!
please.
আরে আমি চেষ্টা করেছিলাম, মানে ওরা দিয়ে করতে দেবে না।
ও আচ্ছা, তুই চেষ্টাও করেছিলি। আচ্ছা।
হ্যাঁ, আমার দুটো গুলি আমি ওদেরকেই মানাচ্ছি।
Don't do
ফার্স্ট
anything
একটা হলো মিস
stupid.
কেন?
Shut up! Get over here.
Take it easy.
Fuck! Piece of shit door! Open!
Piece of shit door. That is such a huge compliment to yourself. ভাই,
मैं थोड़ी
জোম্যাটো ওয়ালা আবার ভুল করেছে রাস্তা, অন্যদিকে যাচ্ছে।
Oh crap.
আমি কেড়ে দেব।
Damn.
गेम में फोकस जोमेटो देना।
People.
ওকে,
I'm trying to blend in.
देखे नहीं देखे, वो ना देखे। सो जा।
Good evening, ma'am.
I'm trying to
Good
blend
evening,
in.
officer.
We have 2 fugitives at large in the hospital right now.
I know. My colleague just called me. I think it's these two guys in the paper.
Yes. You seen them at all?
No. Are they dangerous in any way?
If you see them, you make sure you stay safe. Stay away and call for any of us, okay?
Will do. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Sure. We'll be patrolling this wing for now, so we'll be close by. If you see or hear anything suspicious at all, you let us know, okay?
ओ भाई ये
Of
पीछे
course,
नहीं है।
officer. Thank you.
ओ
Stay safe, ma'am.
ओ।
There he is! Freeze! Don't move!
আরে সরি, দাঁড়া।
নমস্কার, আমার নাম বব বিশ্বাস। এক মিনিট। স্ক্যাম। সোজা গিয়ে দূরে, যত দূরে সম্ভব বসে পড়, যত দূরে গিয়ে বসে পড়। ওইদিকে গিয়ে, ওইদিকে। না ওইদিকে না।
হ্যাঁ। আরে না না, এটাও আপনা আপনি হচ্ছে, এটা আমি কিছু করছি।
ও আচ্ছা। হ্যাঁ যেটা তো।
আর ওই দূরে বসার জায়গা আছে। হ্যাঁ,
ও
ওইখানেই
Move
বসতে
a
হবে।
muscle.
হ্যাঁ, ওই যেখানে বসেছিলাম ওখানেই বসতে হবে। আমি বেশি আগে উঠে গেছিলাম, আরেকটু ওয়েট করতে হতো আমাকে।
ও আচ্ছা।
Oh crap. Damn. Think, Vincent. Think. People. I'll try to blend in.
আরে
Don't move a
বসছিলাম
muscle.
তো। এরম করছে কেন আমার সাথে?
Oh, crap.
Oh, okay.
Think, Vincent. Think. People.
I'm sorry, Leo, for wasting your time.
আমি দেখিনি ছিলাম বুঝেছো ওখানে
I
বসে
see.
Don't move a muscle.
I swear আমার কন্ট্রোলারের প্রবলেম, আমি এক দাবাচ্ছি।
হয় 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 কোনো ব্যাপার না আরামসে দেখ আরামসে খেল ঠান্ডা মাথায় খেল
Oh, crap.
জাস্ট সো ইউ নো কেউ দেখছে না আমাদের তো কোনো প্রেশার নেই
Think.
I don't care কে দেখছে।
I'll try to blend in.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, officer.
We have 2 fugitives at large in the hospital right now.
I know. My colleague just called me. I think it's these two guys in the paper.
Yes. You seen them at all?
No.
हाँ हेलो भैया,
Are
मेरा
they
जोमेटो
dangerous
का
in
ऑर्डर
any
है,
way?
आप
You
किधर
see
हो?
them? You make sure you stay safe. Stay away and call for any of us, okay?
Will
Oh,
do.
ठीक।
Let me
हाँ
know
हाँ
if
ठीक
there's
है, ठीक
anything
है।
else I can do to help.
Sure.
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
We'll be patrolling this wing for now, so we'll be close by. If you see or hear anything suspicious at all, you let us know, okay?
Of course, officer. Thank you.
Stay safe, ma'am.
চলে
হুম।
There he is!
That's
Alright.
nowhere to run.
Freeze!
ভাগো ভাই
I'll jump out of the window.
ভাই क्या कर
আরে
रहे हो
আমি কিছু করছি না।
अरे भाई भाई भाई
वाओ,
प्लीज भाई
देख किस्मत हमें कहाँ लेकर आई।
Are you shitting me? Come on! Just give it open! Freeze! Fuck! Surrender! Freeze! Shit!
Stop. You're
Yeah.
under arrest. Come on. Let's go.
यस
वाओ,
Damn.
बाजी
I need to help him. The car.
बमरो प्लीज बमरो प्लीज प्लीज बमरो आई थिंक एक्सडी एंटर वो आईडी एंटर
There he is.
ओ ना
আমাকে কিছু করতেই দেয়নি এখন।
ওয়াও গাড়িতেও ঢুকিয়ে দিল এর মধ্যে গাড়িতে ঢুকিয়ে দিল
अरे
আরো দিয়ে
क्या हुआ?
अरे ट्रिगर 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 नीचे ऊपर नीचे ट्रिगर হলো আগু পিছু ও holy fuck বলে
वाओ, सिनेमैटिक भाई। Too
why
cinematic.
is the audio so fricked I don't know is the audio fricked why wait is the audio better now is the audio evidently better now
भाई एक
crazy among us আবার আমায় গুলি চালাতে হবে
भाई। Oh no, I did not have to drive here.
this is the second
It
time
is
you did
even
not have to
crazy.
game audio not yours game audio okay I don't know the
Oh,
circumstances
You sure it's a good pilot, right?
game audio
Kind of sure.
Come on, man. You know I'm not a fan of heights.
Just read the subtitles, I guess.
no the game audio was basic essential things
Hey, we did not
Long
have to
time
do
no see,
scripts
Vincent.
and
How you doing?
Good. Hey, Leo. Nice to meet you.
You too. So, you're a friend, I guess?
Yeah. I hear you're a good pilot.
Well, I don't know about that, but Thanks.
Okay. Emily, does this thing fly?
But does it look like a fucking bike? Of course it flies. Where are we going?
Dude. Hey! Are na?
Mexico? You gotta be kidding me. That's way too far. I'm not flying to Mexico.
Emily, you know I always pay you good.
If you want to go to Mexico, you're gonna have to pay me way more than good.
We'll pay you double. Just take us there.
Double, huh? You good for that, Vince?
Yeah. Where are you going?
Where do you think? Mexico.
Okay.
Cinematic wonder, man.
Come on, Harvey.
Absolute cinema.
You gotta believe me. I'm telling you the truth. I would never say anything. I would never do that. You know that. And I didn't say anything. They tried to get me to say something, but I didn't. Because that's not what I do. You know that.
Oh,
You know you gotta trust me.
ওই লোকটা না যাকে আমরা ধরেছিলাম
যাকে পিটিয়ে কথা বল
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Fortunately, we did not
You're doing the right thing,
stream
Harvey.
the entire game.
Good,
It's the latter half of the game. If you are not familiar with the story, this will feel like a
What are you thinking?
We need more men.
good stream
He's
quality.
coming.
Thank you,
Got
man.
it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Oye, Juan,
Dime, jefe.
necesitamos más hombres.
Ya, dale. ¿Cuántos?
Todos.
Todos. ¿Pero qué pasa?
No preguntes tanto, hazlo nomás.
And this, so basically, these two guys who escaped prison are. Oh, bhai. मेरे दिल की
हाँ
freak. By the way, I am WhatsApp boy.
Hey.
I understood it.
Here you
Why?
go.
You did not have to mention it.
Hey, Vincent, who is this Emily really?
Don't even ask.
Thank you for supporting me.
You ready?
Yeah, I just need to fill her up. Help me out.
Sure.
The gas tank's right over there.
Deep
Yeah.
করছিল, and he decided to jump on the stream. That is crazy. The dedication is insane.
What do you think? Is this a good landing spot?
Let me see. Yeah, but it's gonna be a long walk through a dense jungle.
That's
আরে
fine.
ভাই last year I
You could
last
also
half
parachute down here. That would get you way
তোর
closer.
জোম্যাটো এসে গেছে?
No thanks. I'm not good with heights.
এই
Whatever you want.
Wait, Emily. Do you have
हाँ,
parachutes
hello.
here?
I do.
Hell no, Vincent. You crazy?
Do you
हाँ
know
हाँ
how
तुम
much
बोलो
time
ना
that would save us?
I don't care. I haven't even seen a
Okay.
parachute before.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
Not
क्या
hard.
चाहिए बोलो
You just pull a
हाँ
cord.
हाँ हाँ
Right, Emily?
एक
Well,
मिनट
technically, you're right.
I don't know. The game টা আমি খেলছি
Come
না,
on.
game এমনি হয়ে
What do you
যায়।
say?
শোন না as long as which one do we want to do parachute or land
Land plane. Easy হবে খেলতে।
Okay.
প্যারাশুটে আমাদের এই ল্যান্ডিং প্যান্ডিং নিয়ে
No
As
way,
long
man.
as
I'm not
Puri
jumping out of a
goes on
plane.
solo,
So you would
then
rather trek
pause
for
it
hours
because
through a
আমার
hot and
রুমমেটের
dense
একটু হেল্প
jungle.
দরকার তো আমি
I'll
গিয়ে
even
একটু
crawl
করে আসবো।
if I have
ও
to.
All right then.
তাহলে কি
You
আজকে
dweeb.
এইটুকুই রাখবো না এরপরে
Emily,
কন্টিনিউ করবি টাইম
I'll
লাগবে
handle the
টাইম
fuel.
হবে
বেশিক্ষণের ব্যাপার না ওর
What?
ওই পার্টস পায়ে
Who jumps out of a plane midair? Doesn't even make sense.
If you say so.
একটা মিনিটই লাগবে দাঁড়া
ওকে তাহলে আমি নিউজ করবো পুরোটা
Sorry, that's just, it's coming
You
from
just get it on
I don't
screen,
know,
okay?
but ask Nishani if Nishani sees it. So basically, you have to go. Okay.
Guys, can you please find my logbook?
We have to turn off fuel flow. Okay, we will do this later. But since we have ample amount of time, and the person who I was playing with is not on stream right now, we would cover our genetic stuff. What we would do is cover news, as usual. That's what we do. Or we can watch some YouTube video. Let's do YouTube video. Let's watch something productive. We have 6 people watching currently. Let's not waste it. Crazy. Let me go to this one. This is my main. Okay. Wait for 5 minutes. We'll be back for the game. Meanwhile, we will see. These are not interesting. These are meme streams. Oh, by the way, an important thing. Nintendo just announced the Switch 2. Just announced. Just few minutes ago. The announcement of Switch 2 was official. So it has like basically the exact same version, but it's just more bigger, more immersive.
Switch 2 system can however you like to play. In TV mode, use the dock to play on a bigger screen. In tabletop mode, place your system however you like using the stand, and share a controller with a friend. In handheld mode, play anywhere you go. With these 3 play modes, you can enjoy playing whenever and wherever you want. All together, anytime, anywhere. Let's take a look at some features of Nintendo Switch 2 and how it's improved from the Nintendo Switch system.
So basically, after like Nintendo Switch, if you don't know, is one of the biggest consoles that have ever been out there. It is one of the most sold consoles ever in the history of consoles. Be PlayStation 2, be Nintendo Game Boy. This is one of the most Switch sold consoles. So this is crazy that the fact that they are overhauling, but the problem with this is it is the exact same thing, but just a little bit better. And I think it will poach a lot of audience. Like in India, we are not a big fan of Nintendo per se. Like, yeah, a lot of people who probably is watching the stream as interested in game might know of Nintendo. They know Mario Brothers, they know Legends of Zelda. That's great. They know, yeah, these are the few intellectual properties that are in crazy, like they're amazingly popular. Even Pokemon is somewhat. Which game? Currently, we are playing A Way Out, but we will be due to some technical difficulties. We will be waiting for 5-6 minutes. Not technical, human difficulties. Yeah. What is your PC specs? I am RTX 3050 and Ryzen 5. That's my specs. And 16 gigs of RAM, 1.5 terabyte of storage. I need a lot of storage for my games to be downloaded and stuff. Yeah, pretty much rocking that since like 4 years now. That's been it. Need to upgrade it. Like I have really abused the laptop for a long time. The display is horrible right now. So yeah, we will be talking about Nintendo Switch. So let's see.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
But it looks far bland than the previous one. The previous one looks so bright and beautiful. One side is the like not neon blue, aqua blue, and the other one is like that looks so beautiful compared to the previous like current one. The current one just has the accent colors of the previous one in the controllers, like this thing. Similar to my one. This is an anti-sports thingy. This is an anti-sports thingy, and this is like kind of does the work. So here's the thing. Let's go back to the video. Yep.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
Too good, man. Yeah, it's good. It's good enough for doing the stream, man. Currently, I only am able to do 720p streams. I tried to 1080p, and it is like very, 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 very bad. Like it's getting very clunky. The images are getting very distorted. So if I upgrade, then I'll do a 1080p stream. But for now, it's good enough. Oh, which game? A Way Out. A Way Out by Hazelight Studios. It's a multiplayer game, and I'm waiting for the multiplayer. I was playing it for now, but some time break, I guess. So a new game now. Way Out. What am I writing? A Way Out. It's a good game. It's made by Hazelight Studios. They have made back-to-back bangers. So I was talking about Nintendo Switch 2 again. Off topic ho jata hai bhai. 120 FPS. So
the screen supports up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
Wow, okay. That's a horrible way of understanding it. No one would understand that. Bro, you heard about Schedule 1. Schedule 1 is a class of drug, as far as I know. Schedule 1. Oh, okay. I have heard about this game. Let's see. What is this game? People need their things, and you need their money. Oh my god. So this is like a game. This is like Drug Cartel Simulator. This is Drug Cartel Simulator. Instead of calling it Schedule 1, I think that would be a good name to sell more. Oh my god, and the stickers are Holy heck. You are selling in pouches and stuff. Oh my god. Labs and all stuff. How much is this game cost? 880? I think I have 880. But I don't want to play this. Not now. Yeah, but yeah, it's good. I really want to play two games, which is PC Simulator. PC Simulator. I have this game, but I don't have the second version of this game, PC Simulator 2. I really want to play this game. This is a very interesting game. This is about running a computer shop, and I'm really passionate about it. And also Streamer Simulator, which I have played before. Let's talk about Nintendo Switch 2. It has just released. It released an hour ago. This is going to be a hot topic. You can go to your friends and talk about this. This is good, man. Talk about it. Yeah. Oh my god. What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh my god. You can go and talk about it. Oh my god.
Are bigger for greater
Did I press something wrong? Oh
comfort and control. The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
Man, my entire stream went wrong for a while. I don't know why.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach a controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Oh my god. There are
SL
buttons
and SR
that you need to press to detach it. That's so handy. That's so nice.
buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
Oh my god. That is controls for the Joy-Con.
For greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held
I did
horizontally.
not know that even Nintendo Switch 1 had that. I never played with Switch
The left
1.
and right sticks are now larger. Each Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse, opening up even more ways to play in compatible games.
What? As mouse? This controller has a mouse. The main problem that I have with controllers are shooting games. Playing shooting games on these things are horrendous. It's a nightmare playing. Like you have to aim and shoot. It takes so much time. Might as well use controller to do it at that point. It has a mouse built in the controller. This is crazy. This is. I really want a Nintendo Switch 2 now. And you know what else you can do? Let me show you one of the games that Nintendo Switch has, and you would love it. Like playing this with your friends, it's amazing. You see this. Wait, Switch Sport. Yeah. Play this. Yeah. Why did I play this?
In this house,
Nice streak.
we duel.
Nice streak.
Here we go.
In their house, we duel.
You hover your
In
hand.
our house, we score. We love teaming up.
Play.
And we love a little competition.
Imagine this. You're playing with your friends. Two of your friends are in the with two controllers, two Nintendo Switch controllers, and two of them are in another room or another place. You can be in completely separate place and you can play a game together, like a badminton game, a volleyball game, a bowling game, a football game. That is impressive. Nintendo has some games. If you play Switch, I promise you would love it. And they just upgraded it with a mouse. Insane stuff.
Opening up even more ways to play in compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls, so you can also play certain games using two mice, like this. By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, the sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
Nintendo has Doom too? Does Nintendo? I think Microsoft has Doom. Doom. Oh no. ID Software. Which is of ID Software parent company? Who owns Doom? Let's put it simply. Doom. Yeah, technically Microsoft, but they are owned by Bethesda Studios. But Bethesda Studios is owned by Microsoft only. So parent company Bethesda. I know it's wrong. Studios. Bethesda Games is of Microsoft. Where is the parent company? Oh my god. Trust me, bro. I don't know. Oh my god. Yeah, see. Bethesda Game Studios parent company, which was acquired by Microsoft. They are acquired by Microsoft. It is not. No, I mean, you can play Doom on. Yeah, you can play everything on Nintendo. Nintendo is a great console, man.
It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends anytime via game chat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly. Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Holy heck.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 how.
By the way, semester shesh, no brother. Semester to abhi shuru hua hai. By the way, I need a thumbnail for this video. Make a Nintendo Switch 2 and a Way Out both together. Make something like that.
Ever you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this. In addition to the USB-C port.
Or better yet, ask Shubham or Tuhin to make it. You stay here.
On the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well. It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
There are two USBs.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage.
That's like 4 times the previous one. That's insane.
Times that of Nintendo Switch for
8
storing your
times.
game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data is also faster. Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
That is nice. The dock has another. Like,
on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play
everything
Nintendo
that you're
Switch 2
seeing,
games, as well as
everything that you're seeing, the dock, the handle, the controllers, everything is built in the box. You don't have to buy anything separately. Everything comes in the box. That is the best part of this thing.
Compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
That's amazing. That's great. Available on June 5th. So, that is amazing. We covered a lot of things today. In the previous stream, we covered CinemaCon, a lot of things that are coming together, which includes a ton of new Paramount stuff. Not Paramount, Lionsgate, John Wick movies. Then we covered the new Spider-Man upcoming stuff. A lot of things in that realm, a new bunch of things. Tomorrow we will be doing the same for the upcoming panels for Paramount, Disney, and Universal Pictures. So that's exciting. Who's the default guy? I don't know them. That's interesting. Yeah. How Wi-Fi works, Gen Z. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good stuff. What else? What else? Is there anything game news? We can go to Reddit. We can look up some game news because we are evolving towards games a lot. Games news. We see gamer news. There are Nintendo Switch arrives. Okay, by the way, I have to remove Nintendo Switch from here because Nintendo Switch has been covered, brother. Okay, great. The PUBG dating simulation has been released for April Fool, portraying each of its guns as schoolgirls. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. That is bleak. 37-year-old studio behind iconic PC game list, one of the longest survival indie games holders will have. By the way, yeah, this is big news. So if you are aware of gaming, you know this. Tencent has owned 25% of Ubisoft's new subsidiary. They own a lot of Ubisoft as well. So they are just gaining more trinkles, gaining more position. That's insane. Let's watch something more. Let's watch another video. I want to show you something very nice. Is that here? No. Uh, there's a story that the whole gaming industry was saved by one of the Steam's intern, but unfortunately, it's not here. Okay, South Korea is over. Quiz Kazat's new video. You should watch it.
South Korea is over. This sounds brutal, but South Korea will soon start melting on all fronts. Demographically, economically, socially, culturally, and militarily. Because for decades, the country has been experiencing a fertility crisis unprecedented in human history, and we've probably reached a point of no return. By 2060, the South Korea we know and love today will no longer exist.
What? Why?
What will the collapse look like, and why is it now almost impossible to stop? The real population bomb. To have a stable population, you need a fertility rate of about 2.1 children per woman. In the 1950s, South Koreans used to have 6 children on average. In the 1980s, the rate fell below 2. And in 2023, it was 0.72 kids per woman, the lowest ever recorded in history.
Now that is a problem. Like fertility rate of a lot of countries are reducing rapidly, day after day after day, and this is concerning to a lot of countries, especially Japan and South Korea, the North Asian countries. They are in deep trouble because of this.
In Seoul, fertility is even lower, around 0.55. On average, about half of the women here won't have any kids, and the other half just one. What do these numbers actually mean in the real world? If fertility stays as it is, then 100 South Koreans will have 36 kids. When they grow up, they will have 13 kids, who will then have 5. Within 4 generations, 100 South Koreans will turn into 5. If we look at today's South Korean population pyramid, we see this is pretty real. There's only one 1-year-old for 4 50-year-olds. After 4 decades below the replacement level, the consequences were still largely invisible. Today, South Korea's population is at an all-time high, as are its workforce and its GDP, which is still growing. But demographics hits you like a freight train. You hear it vaguely in the distance, and then it runs you over. South Korea is about to be hit. Let's time travel 35 years into the future, to 2060, and see what the country will look like then. When it comes to demographics, the most commonly used projections are those put together by the UN. They envisage 3 scenarios: low fertility, medium, and high. But in the past, all medium UN projections for South Korea have consistently been too positive. Between 2022 and 2023 alone, fertility in South Korea dropped by another 8%. So we're going to use the latest low fertility scenario, which has been the most accurate in the last few years. Keep in mind that we're still talking about projections, and the future is a faraway land. Okay, let's do it. In 2060, South Korea's population pyramid will look like this. The population will have shrunk by 30%. 16 million South Koreans will have disappeared in just 35 years. And it'll be the oldest country in human history. 1 in 2 South Koreans will be over the age of 65. Less than 1 in 10 will be under 25. And only 1 in 100 will be small children. Imagine waking up in a country where the streets are strangely quiet with no children playing on them. Entire cities have been abandoned. Half of the population is elderly and living either alone or in overcrowded retirement homes, with a minority of people desperately trying to keep society running. There will be a few major consequences. Economic collapse. In 2023, a breathtaking 40% of South Koreans over 65 live below the poverty line. But in 2060, this number may seem lovely in comparison. Today, South Korea has one of the largest pension funds in the world, worth about $730 billion US. But it's projected to stop growing in the 2040s and be completely depleted by the 2050s. So in 2060, pensions will have to be paid by the working population. Estimates vary, but for a pension system to work, the minimum a society needs is between 2 to 3 workers per retiree paying for them with their taxes. But even if we assume that all South Koreans over 15 will be working in 2060, the country will have less than 1 worker per senior. Workers will be unable to stem the incredible costs. So not only will poverty among the elderly be common, but a big chunk will be forced to work. Except they may not be able to find jobs because by 2060, the South Korean economy may have collapsed. Broadly speaking, the size of an economy is linked to the size of its workforce. To have a big economy, you need a lot of workers to produce a lot of things and a lot more people to buy them. Today, South Korea has about 37 million people of working age, generating a GDP of about $1.7 trillion US. But by 2060, its workforce will have shrunk to less than half, to about 17 million. Of course, technological progress means that productivity will be higher and each individual will probably produce more than today. But even if productivity keeps growing at the same rate or more than we've seen in the last decades, South Korea's GDP could peak in the 2040s. In other words, South Korea will enter a permanent economic recession. There are more optimistic projections that see the recession begin as late as 2050, but they're based on the medium UN demographic scenario, and there are no signs that we're heading there. Another factor in the economy is science, technology, and innovation, areas in which big leaps are typically made by young adults and the middle-aged.
That is concerning, right? That is a deep concern. Like, not only South Korea, a lot of other countries are suffering through the exact same thing. And this is not like safe for anybody.
Young people have
like no country is safe from this. Every country has a chance of going through this right now because no one is willing to take the responsibility of having the next generation brought up because of the expenses that next generation carries.
Have fresh ideas that contribute to the wealth of society. Significantly fewer people working also means way less tax for the government, which will be trapped between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, having to provide for half the population that are seniors, on the other, seeing its income diminish. It will be forced to shut down or cut essential services like hospitals or social benefits. Since infrastructure only works at scale, smaller communities may be abandoned as the country contracts into its metropolitan areas. And of course, there won't be enough money to invest in the future. This is bad. But what will happen to South Korean society and culture may be worse. Societal and cultural collapse. Speculating on how societies will develop is extra hard, but there are a few pretty unavoidable trends. Today, already about 20% of Koreans live alone. Also, 20% report having no close friends or relatives. By 2060, 50% of South Koreans aged 70 will have no siblings, and 30% will have no children. Young adults between 25 and 35 will only make up 5% of the population and typically have no siblings at all. This leaves the elderly with almost no close family and young adults with little family and few potential friends, especially outside of big cities. A loneliness epidemic of epic proportions is all but guaranteed. On top of that, South Korean culture will probably experience a huge decline. In 2000, there were 17.5 million...
Now, this is otherwise. Like, South Korea is one of the greatest when it comes to exporting their culture worldwide. You see the implications of South Korean culture around the world, not just in India. Like a lot of big and small artists have popped out of South Korea for movies and like music and a lot of things. Their culture has flooded all over the nation, all over the world. And I hardly agree that this would be the case. Yes, of course, if there's no people to preserve their culture, then how come they would be doing it in the first place? But still, I think it's an over exaggeration. I don't think that the whole South Korea would just poof and get away within an instance of a second, like instance of a decade or so.
Million South Koreans between 25 and 45, and they made up 37% of the population. This was the generation that brought us K-pop, K-drama, K-food, and many other trends that spread around the world. In 2060, there will be just 5.6 million people in that age group, and they'll only be 16% of the population. Many cultural traditions are already struggling because the older generations are having trouble finding young people to pass them on to. As young people disappear, many traditions will die out. Without young people, the soul of South Korean culture will shrink and wither away. And on a personal level, what kind of experience will it be growing up in 2060? What will youth culture be like in a country of seniors, where many universities, schools and kindergartens are abandoned as there are no longer children to fill them with life? What kind of job prospects will they face, and what will politics look like? If young people don't want to remain alone, they'll concentrate in Seoul or a few other big cities, or worse for South Korea, emigrate to other countries. Rural areas will decline, and most smaller cities will turn into ghost towns. We're already seeing this in Japan, which has almost 10 million abandoned houses in rural areas. Large parts of South Korea will simply vanish and be reclaimed by nature. Last but not least, South and North Korea are technically at war, and they could very well still be in 2060. Will South Korea still be able to afford to have its young men do 18 months of mandatory military service? Today, 5% of men of combat age are enrolled in the military. In 2060, it would have to be 15% just to match today's numbers. Okay, wait, this is all a bit much. Is there no way back? Why, there really is no way back. The problem with the demographic freight train is that once it hits, things become irreversible. Let's say fertility in South Korea magically triples to the replacement rate of 2.1 children per woman and stays there. In 2060, it will be an inverted pyramid on top of a barrel. And there would still be only 1.5 people of working age per senior over 65. Even in the best made-up scenario, South Korea has to pass through an unavoidable bottleneck before it will recover. But there is also a kernel of hope here. Yes, the situation is grim, but at least in the long term, recovery is possible if South Korea enacts rapid and societal changes that make its population want to have kids again. In 2024, births rose for the first time in 9 years, 3% more than in 2023. But for that to continue, South Korea needs to face the music and ask how they got to this point. How could it get that bad? In general, as societies get richer, more educated, and child mortality plummets, people decide to have fewer kids. What makes South Korea special is that it's somehow supercharging all of these trends. South Korea lifted itself out of poverty in record time, but in doing so it developed a unique kind of workaholism and extreme competitiveness. Although the work week is 40 hours and the legal maximum is 52 per week, unpaid overtime is normal for many, and the government even proposed to raise legal work time to 69 hours per week. Despite this, South Korea has relatively low wages and a high cost of living. Real estate in big cities is out of reach for most people. The cost of education is extremely high, since families have to pay for private lessons if they want to send their kids to a high-tier college. All of this while South Korea spends less on family benefits than most other rich countries. Old-fashioned cultural norms make matters even worse. Marriage is all but mandatory if a couple wants to start a family. In 2023, only 4.7% of babies were born to unmarried women. Out of all developed countries, South Korean men do just about the least share of housework and childcare within their families. This leaves women with a disproportionate amount of work if they want to keep their jobs after a pregnancy, while many men are overwhelmed by the societal expectation to be the main breadwinner and have successful careers. Starting a family or not is a personal decision, and most South Koreans are deciding against it. The bottom line is that South Korea has created a culture that leads to very few kids. Conclusion. Demographic collapse is not an abstract thing in the future, it's happening right now. And it's not just South Korea. In 2023, China had a fertility rate of 1, Italy and Spain 1.2, Germany 1.4, the UK 1.6, and the US 1.6. Which sounds so much better, doesn't it? Well, after 4 generations, a fertility rate of 1.6 means 60% fewer new people. A fertility rate of 1.2 means 87% fewer people. And fertility rates are still falling with no sign of stabilization or recovery. The weirdest thing about all of this is that almost nobody involved in the public discourse has truly grasped the gravity of the situation. The last century was utterly dominated by overpopulation narratives, and people who say that we need more kids seem weird. And if you do the maths, the future just seems to be too insane to be true, like it's hard to believe. None of this has ever happened before. So low birth rates are mostly discussed in the context of worker shortages, not as the existential threat to our society's culture.